My name's Donovan Thurman. Join me and my dog Remy as we travel off the beaten path in my trusty old Subaru. Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is going to be just kind of a quick one, but I thought I'd go ahead and like to share a specific video on this. So we talked about it a little bit on the video I did on the Tire Side channel, but that was just kind of walking through the whole car. I thought this thing deserved its own proper video. And what this is my absolute favorite lantern that I've ever had. This is actually the second one I've got because the dog thought the first one was a chew toy at some point when she was a little puppy. So what this is the Luci Lantern by MPOWERED, and it's an inflatable solar powered lantern. And so you can see here, this is like an air pocket, and it has a little mouth blow up valve right there. And this is actually designed more for backpacking than actual camping, but it's so small and takes up so little room, I've just brought it with me everywhere, and now it kind of lives permanently hanging up on the roof inside my car, or for my sleeping lantern. And I just think it's fantastic. I've owned this one for several years, and the one I owned before that I had for a couple years as well. It is super lightweight, and I can't remember the exact weight, but I think it's something like 3 ounces. Obviously I can't look it up right here, I'm up in the mountains, but it is it's just lightweight, compact. When it's not blown up, it shrinks down to maybe ½ an inch thick, and it's great. It does put out like a significant amount of light. I'll have some clips in here once it gets dark. I'll take some video, but it has a low setting, a high setting, and then a strobe setting, which for some reason flashlights and lanterns insist on having, even though I never really needed one. But it has it, so it's there. And it has a big, not a big, but a solar cell on the top. And that's where it charges. So if you're wanting to charge this thing up while you're hiking or backpacking, which is kind of this thing's primary use, you can just squish this thing up, and what I would do is I would tuck it in one of the side mesh pockets of my pack and go ahead and let it charge up that way. The way that I have this charging up right now, it just hangs from this thing and next to the back window of my car. So just leaving this thing hanging in the back window of my car has been plenty to keep it charged. It's never been flat. I've actually never had one run out of power. I'm sure obviously it will if you leave it on, but for what I've used it camping and backpacking and just using it in the car, I've never had it run out. And in fact, the batteries in this thing are very impressive. The first one I had, the dog wants to come say hi. The first one I had, I left it in a backpack for a whole season, so essentially a year, give or take a few months, and I pulled it out and turned it on, and it was just as bright as ever. And so the batteries are stable and they're really well built. If there's a weakness to this thing, obviously, this is just plastic, so you could pop it or something, or your dog can eat it like mine did. But the biggest weak point, I think, is this little handle here. It's just kind of like melted on there, heat melted on there, and the weak point, and what you don't really want to do, is when you're blowing this thing up, this plastic can be kind of sticky and tough to get to actually expand, and so it's tempting to hold onto this handle and grab this end and pull while you're blowing it up. Just pull it apart, and I broke the handle off my first one doing that. So you want to be careful with that. So if you're going to try and help it open, grab it around the edge, not from the handle, and pull it out. Just use the handle for hanging it and holding on to it and stuff. This thing's pretty affordable. I think I paid $20, maybe $25. I don't remember specifically, but it was in the $20 range. It's pretty affordable. And the cool thing is they just released it. I haven't tried it out yet, but they just released a USB chargeable version, so that if you run out of the solar, or it's nighttime and you have like a power pack, or one of those battery bank things, or if you want to charge it while you're driving to your hiking or camping spot or something, You can plug in a little USB and charge it that way as well. That one's a little bit more expensive. I think it puts out a little bit more light though too. I think that one's somewhere around the $30 mark. Again, I'm just trying to keep this short and simple. I think this is a fantastic light. I don't see myself buying any more lanterns than this. Honestly, when you're out in the woods, a little bit of light can go a long way, especially if it's real dark out. So obviously, like a Coleman lantern or one of those big honking lanterns is going to put out way more light, but you also got to haul around batteries or charge up that big thing, lug it around. This thing squishes down to this, this big and that big around, and you could get a couple of them for the price of a really top quality lantern. And also with the Coleman lanterns, the old school ones, they're noisy. They have that really loud hiss noise. A lot of the times, I don't know if they are anymore, but the propane ones, they're glass, and the glass will break when you have it in storage and stuff. And so I don't see myself going back to any other lantern than this. And if I need more light, I'll probably just pick up an extra one. So that's it for this video. I wanted to make this short and quick, so if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below. And if you're curious about any more of my stuff, or you have any questions or whatever, just like I said, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll make a video about it, or just reply to your comment down below. So until the next time, I will see you on the next video.